Hello, everybody. This is Danny S. Hodges. I got a man here, antenna man. He reviewed my antenna, the ultimate antenna. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to review Antennas Man's review. And I'm going to tell you what I think. Now, what he's saying here ain't all bad. So, I ain't going to shred him to bits. By the way, I probably done sold about 3,500 of these antennas here.
This is an antenna that's made by a fellow named Danny Hodges in Georgia. It runs about $85 on eBay, and while it doesn't make too many outrageous claims in the product description, I did hear Danny refer to it as unbeatable in one of his YouTube videos. As I mentioned, it's made by a guy named Danny Hodges who lives in Georgia. He has a YouTube channel full of information on how to build this antenna, along with some reviews demonstrating his antenna picking up a bunch of channels. Now, a video showing an antenna picking up a bunch of channels is not an accurate way to show how it performs, since it's not comparing the antenna to anything. At some locations, you can get 40 channels crystal clear with a paperclip. Does that make a paperclip a good antenna? No, it just means you're in a good reception situation.
Okay, you heard what he said? He's talking about a paperclip. Now, the way I see it, he's saying the reason I'm showing you a bunch of channels is because that I'm in a good reception area where I've put up these thousands of antennas. And this man right here, he's got a website that, or something I went to one time, that like where you can check your antenna to see what channels there is available. I went to his and checked it, and we ain't even supposed to be able to get channels right here where we live at in East Upton. And to tell you the truth, I ain't just in love with the ultimate antenna. If I could buy an antenna that all the way around would pick up like the way the ultimate antenna did, I would just simply put that one up.
If you look at Channel Master's Ultra Tennis 60 under the gain specs, you'll see that it only has a third of the gain on the VHF band compared to UHF.
Now, what he's showing you here, that is true, but that's the Channel Master antenna. He ain't showing you the specs on mine. There ain't no specs. The ultimate antenna is a lot bigger than that. I've got one of them Channel Master antennas. I've bought about every kind there is and checked them. And see, the whiskers on the ultimate antenna is longer, and that's what makes it be able to receive that VHF stronger than the other ones. And I've bought a few of the other ones, the other antennas, I told y'all before. Just cause that antenna looks like mine don't mean it'll pick up like mine. They, every one of them the same way. Now, they won't hardly pick up VHF for hell.
I must say, I was very excited to purchase this antenna and review it. After all, it's made by a guy in Georgia compared to most antennas that are made in China. However, I was a bit disappointed before even testing out this antenna for a few reasons. First, there weren't any pre-drilled holes for the screws, meaning you had to use a drill to put this antenna together. This is a little bit dangerous if someone doesn't have the proper drill bit and they just want to put the antenna together. There is a very, very, very small chance that they may accidentally drill a screw into their hand instead of into the antenna.
Now, boys, this has made me laugh now. He talking about a very, very, very slight chance you might drill your head. Okay, so if you think there's a chance you might drill your hand, you might not better get it. You don't have to drill no holes. All you do is just I just using a drill, screwing the screws in. Now, it gets better here. Listen to him.
I'm also not a huge fan of how the balun is attached to the antenna. While the balun is soldered on pretty good, there is a small chance that if you happen to pull the coaxial cable or it falls, that this balun may come off and then you have to resolder it back on.
He says the solder transformer might fall off. Well, your wheel might fall off of your car. Truth is, like this whole antenna being soldered together is the secret. That's what makes it where it'll hold up a lifetime.
Finally, the antenna did not come with any kind of brackets to mount the antenna. I'm not talking about a pole to mount the antenna on the roof. I'm talking about the brackets that secure the antenna to the pole. You can see that this antenna does not have any of them. I had to buy a pair of clamps from Lowe's in order to put it on my pole, and even then it was not the most secure.
Now, he got me there. But like I show you in videos how to do it, and even on the eBay where the product is, I got a video there showing you how to mount it. And just to let you know, I won't never be putting no mounting brackets in there. Tax and eBay charges and PayPal charges and shipping, by the time they get done with you, you ain't exactly tearing it up, I can tell you that. I think about quitting almost every day.
Despite these flaws, the antenna does look sort of promising. It has a decent directional design with what looks like UHF elements here and a reflector on the back. How well will it pick up both VHF and UHF stations?
Okay, so I took the antenna down the road about a half a mile. The trees has done got pretty bad at my house. To the church land, and I'm just showing you. That's where I'm at. That's my worker there. He's out there holding that with his hand. This is the truth here. And this video will be on Facebook. And if I wasn't telling the truth, all my friends would know it. So what I'm doing here is I'm scanning the channels. And also going to turn it around toward Augusta, which is over 100 miles away. And I'm going to show you that to you, but it'll be toward the end of the video. And I'm turned toward Macon. And y'all, I assure y'all, which this place right here is a pretty good place. But everywhere in this town, it ain't that easy to get reception. And I'll tell you this, I don't have to put up antennas. I retired 10 years ago. I kind of do this for fun. Okay, see this right here? Got 37 channels. Okay, the demonstration you fit to see is a VHF channel. And it's the lowest VHF channel we have. And this is channel 13. This is a very important channel. This is CBS. All right, turn it. Turn it, make it go off. Turn it, make it come back. Turn it, make it go off. Alright, turn it, go back.
I find you. I guess I shouldn't be surprised, should I?
And this is the highest channel we got. Channel 58.
She wants to
All
talk
right,
to you.
turn it.
Of course, things have changed a little in 8 years.
Okay, turn it back.
Yeah, skip it.
Turn it.
Here.
Turn it back. run boosters because, antenna don't, it's like a gas pedal on a car. Sometimes you mashing a little, sometimes you mashing a lot. And antenna days is like that. You can have good days and bad days. And if you can't run like the preamp double booster, you can just simply put that LNA 100 on there. Now it goes behind the TV, and it does boost, but it won't overdrive. I've done tested that out. Now see, I work on antennas around here. I work on other people's antenna. Not necessarily, not always putting one up. But then I've never seen one of them aluminum antennas that all the elements are straight, except for a brand new one. Every one I've ever laid my eyes on, they was been out of whack. And guess what happens when they, I got videos talking about that you'll be sitting around one day and you'll realize your antenna don't pick up like it used to. And like the big aluminum antennas, man, they all around here everywhere. Probably channel masters. But I mean, I've started to make a video like showing you how many that's bent. The poles is bent. Yeah, if you somewhere where antennas are, you just ride around and look.
The VHF kit wasn't anything to brag about. It looked like half a coat hanger, some hot glue, and a ballon.
Now, you hear what he said? The half a coat hanger. The VHF kit is made out of copper, the same copper that the antenna's made out of. Now, I tell people, you don't need the VHF kit. Antennas I put up around here, I had to put up the first VHF kit, and we got a VHF station. Show that to you. We actually got 2 VHF TV stations here. And y'all, I really wasn't in the mood to make this video, or I would show you. But the first channel that we got at VHF is on channel 13. And the last channel is channel 58. And I was looking the other day because I seen his guy's video a few days ago. And it picks up, well, they was both wide open, to be honest with you. But it picks up the channel 13 just as good as it does the last channel, channel 58. Notice this picture of the VHF kit. You notice he ain't got it on there right. Now, I got a video showing how to put it on there, and it ain't on there the way I showed y'all how to put it on.
This antenna did perform better than other antennas I've tested out, so I'm not going to completely rip on it. What I will kind of rip on is how I don't like that the ballon is just kind of soldered on here. I mean, it's on here good, but...
Did you hear what he said? Did you catch that? He said it's on there good. Now, I sell ballons on eBay. But it's not because of them falling off. It's because of people tightening them too tight and breaking them. And what I do is I sell a ballon and about 6 inches of solder or something like that. So, like if you need to replace it, you can, but not because of it's falling off. I'll show that video to you at the end there.
If it comes off, what do? I personally would have used some kind of bolt and washer setup. I also don't understand why there aren't any brackets on the back of the antenna to mount it to a pole. I do expect Danny himself to see this video and probably respond to it. If he has any statement in terms of the ballon, if it comes off, what to do, or why there aren't any brackets on this antenna to mount it, I will post an update in a pinned comment below. Now, despite some criticisms I have of this antenna, I'd say it would still work well for someone who is handy with tools. This antenna will pick up VHF channels, but only if they are on the moderate to strong side. If you have stations on the VHF band that are weak, I don't care what Danny claims, you're going to need a large Yagi-style antenna with multiple elements in order to reliably pick up those channels.
Now, you hear him? He said he would have used washers and everything to put the ballon on. this antenna, everything being soldered together, is what makes it where it lasts a lifetime. And I've told y'all 1,000 times, if an antenna, and this is any antenna, if an element loses contact with the rest of the antenna, it'll throw it out of phase. It might still pick up, but it won't pick up as good. And I'm talking about a pretty good bit of difference. And you see the antenna he's talking about here? That I ain't never said that was a bad antenna. Them some good antennas. Just when you buy one, go on and buy you another one, because you're gonna need it. Because it will blow down. It won't hold up. I ain't never seen one straight in my life that was up in the air. Now, the ultimate antenna will hang with that antenna right there he's talking about. Now, this antenna he's showing, it'll get VHF stronger than mine. It's a VHF machine. But then mine will beat it on UHF. And Antenna Man's right. One size don't fit all. And here's the deal. The ultimate antenna will pick up UHF and VHF better, the combo, better than any antenna I've ever messed with. Now, I've put a bunch of them up. The ones I put up, I offer a money back guarantee. Nobody never wants their money back. But I also offer the same thing on eBay. If you ain't happy, you can send it back. Y'all, I'm a real straight up person. I ain't gonna lie for money. And I mean, I don't need to lie for money anyway. I'm doing all right. And I've got thousands of friends from YouTube on Facebook that, even though I don't really know them, I do know them. And they know me real good. But I'm Danny S. Hodges on Facebook. Now, that's Danny S. now. Danny S. Hodges. You can send me a friend request if you want to. And the last thing I got to say is, Antenna Man is right. If you don't think you can use a drill, I use a drill, like to I don't put a drill bit in there, I put a chuck in there. And that's how I screw the reflector on, because when you get it sent to you, you have to put the reflector on. So if you can't use a drill, just get one of them riveted together China antennas. How, whenever I was doing it, I moved over there and touched it for a second, just like that. That'll make it like suck in. I ain't leaving it there long enough for it to damage the transformer wire here. I just done that for just a second, right at the end. Yeah, so don't sit there and burn your transformer wires up. Okay, so we added a 20-foot pole because that Augusta's in another state, where the TV stations are, and it's over 100 miles. So there's the pole standing at the back of the truck. And that's my son there. And I got to scan it. But I'm going to fast forward the scan. So you see it got 21 channels aimed at Augusta. There's not as many channels in Augusta as there is in Macon. And I'm just going to let you see the unedited footage. You can see that channel 6, 6.1, and so on. That's Augusta. And also, after I cut the camera off, I seen it get some more Augusta channels, but I just didn't bother with cutting it back on. But here's the video.
Prevalent isn't for people who've had a severe allergic reaction to any flu vaccine or vaccine component.
Did I tell you that she and I are practically engaged to be married?
No, she didn't mention it.
Well, let me tell you then. We are.
Congratulations.
Okay, John, turn it.
Now that you know, I must insist.
Oh, you insist.
Which one? Another way. I'm on you.
Just remember where it's pointed. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, turn it. Turn it back.
Time you want?
This will take some time to figure out.
I tell you what, Ben. Suppose we continue this tomorrow if you don't
Turn
mind.
it back off, look. All right, turn it back.
Good night.
Yes, Guido.
I wanted to say good night.
Y'all, I just let y'all see the raw footage there at the end. And I'll tell you the truth. I got so many people calling me, I can't even answer all the phone calls. People want me to come put up antennas. That's from word of mouth. And y'all, if this antenna wasn't as good as what I say, I wouldn't mess with it. I ain't the salesman kind, begging somebody to buy something. You know how some people are. That just ain't me. If it wasn't that good, I wouldn't be messing with it. And my YouTube people is the reason I started selling it on eBay anyway. I got a feeling Antenna Man didn't want my antenna to do good. And I usually ain't wrong about what I think. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.